How's it going, guys? My name is Alex.
Good evening.
And welcome to a review of the players 1 month later or around that period of time, where I'm gonna be showing you the clips, the gameplay clips of my players performing or not performing that I could have signed and you could have signed as well in the past few weeks, in the past months, and pretty much this summer as well. This is a unique video just because I'm gonna be sharing with you not only the team on console but also my experience on mobile too. So if you're playing mobile, this is probably the only channel that provides you both of the best worlds, and I'm gonna be sharing like my thoughts on this Rooney and Kahn. A lot of people are complaining about his performances. I'm gonna be giving you the builds and in general, speaking about the cards. So let's start with this Gareth Bale. I am completely not 100% not regretting picking this Gareth Bale, given that I already had Cannavaro and I already had Rooney and Kahn. But for people who had struggles, that's what I was talking about in my tier list video, or like in general in my video updates about these cards. I was saying that you have trouble filling in your like defensive spots. Your defenders are selling you, go for Cannavaro or Rooney and Kahn. But the other player that I really thought that will add additional dimension to my attack, and he really did, was Gareth Bale. And I played co-op games, I played events games. Everything was done on live streams with you two, and this is just a fantastic card. Like, look, that's the build with ball carrying booster. I feel like that this build makes a lot of sense for me, just because I like to dribble, and he can dribble. You guys are saying that Bale is just like heavy. Well, he is not Bebeto, right, or Pele in terms of dribbling, because you can see the stats difference is pretty solid. It's more about like using the most of his heading ability, because he wins headers. That's actually pretty cool. So every time you chip the ball, or like he needs to contest a header, at least apply some pressure. Defenders having a hard time dealing with that, so that's nice. And also he can do these blitz colors, man, and he scores a lot of blitz colors. And people coming to my channel and saying you cannot compare blitz color Yamal or Messi to Bale. Like, it is literally the same blitz color. The difference between Messi and Yamal is that they can dribble and put themselves in the scoring positions more often. So that's why it feels like they're better, more premium cards. This Gareth Bale is an S tier card in my tier list. He is second after Cannavaro, just because Cannavaro is so reliable and Blitzcolor can get nerfed any moment. And when Blitzcolor is nerfed, I'm hitting the post with my Son Heung-min, I'm hitting the post with my Del Piero on my mobile account. Some days are like this, and some days all Blitzcolors go in, you can score 3 a game. On mobile, like, you cannot do manual goalkeeping, so on console, if you know that what's about to happen, you can save any Blitzcolor, so that's a big benefit. Pele, it's almost a month that I've been using this card, absolutely now with him. I slightly changed the build, so my booster is shooting, and for the build, I changed this to improve his kicking power and finishing. I always say that there is no need to have more than 90 finishing, but on this card, I don't really feel like there is a need to boost anything else, and I had these additional points. And I felt like giving him additional points to finishing to ensure that he scores these long-range shots with added knuckle shot, and long-range shooting, of course, which is nice. It's nice to have these skills, and obviously he has special double touch with the soul control. These additional skills are mostly for lazy people who are not turning their player in the direction of the pass, so that's phenomenal pass, or not turning their player in the direction of the shot, that's phenomenal shooting technique. But sometimes they actually help me as well, because sometimes you just rush with the passes, and having heel trick completely rules out the need for the phenomenal pass. Heel trick is a skill that like allows you to use that back heel to perform that 180 pass or 90-degree pass or whatnot. Speaking of other cards, this Takefusa Kubo is one of those cards with acceleration burst. You could have Neymar, big time, with acceleration burst. You could have pulled, I think Yamal also had a card like that, and Takefusa Kubo. They were in the same pack all together. It's something that I think when opponents are just matching up, they cannot intercept that. The animation just overrules matchup animation. It's just like, because I feel like I'm running close to the opposition players that are trying to kick their leg out and intercept the ball, and they fail. And it feels like this animation acceleration burst helps me with defenders. With the build, in terms of build, ball carrying booster, and this would be my build, I feel like it's a fantastic card. He provides assists, he can finish, and I gave him additional skills, of course, and position boosters. I think I'm removing center forward just because I want every playstyle to be activated. What I noticed recently, it's just like players start moving, especially when I played 4-3, the basic 4-3 with possession on mobile account. I felt like I started winning so many games because prolific wingers were playing as wingers, not center forwards. like whole players playing center midfielders, attacking midfielders. You know what I'm talking about. Every position and the playstyle of the player activated in that position. Now, this Frankie de Jong is a gem. Is a very nice card. Like, look, I went into the pack with 400 coins or like 300 coins. And I was expecting to get Bellingham. Expecting is like very interesting choice of words. I would have wanted to get Bellingham. But I got this Frankie and I instantly recognized that this is a proper gem. Just because it's an orchestrator with agility booster and with so many added additional defensive skills. Now, he, with this build, is literally like a pit bull. He is very aggressive, despite not having too many aggression points. That trackback helps, and when marking helps as well. He intercepts the ball, he traps the ball instantly, and this is just, I'm gonna be making a separate video on orchestrators in general. I'm rocking 2 orchestrators in this team, and I don't really feel a need of like playing anchormans, any other like box-to-box playstyles. It depends on obviously the way my opposition is playing. Sometimes I just go with N'Golo Kante over here. It's also a fantastic card too. But 2 orchestrators is a good idea. This N'Golo Kante, I made a separate review, I think like 2 or 3 videos at this point. Just because how fun this card is to use. I gave him additional skills, and I also, obviously, all of these I think are very, very important. And technique booster is here. And the player progression will look like this. So for N'Golo Kante, absolutely no questions about his defensive prowess. Attacking-wise, he has crazy good passing, and he even scored a goal for me. I mean, I can't be... I'm very happy with the card, and people are saying leg span short or not, is short, not jumping. Well, he's jumping for me with 82 jump, at least I can test in the headers. And of course, he has a little bit of additional skills that help him do that. For this Sneijder, single booster Sneijder, it was a free card. I definitely went for him. I think I could have chosen VJ in that pack, which would have improved my team as well. Yeah, so there are so many options. I went for Wesley Sneijder, and I'm not regretting that one bit. He has been phenomenal for me. These are additional skills. I feel like all of them make a lot of sense. Interception, because he plays in that area where intercepting the ball would be kind of nice. His speed, acceleration, exactly enough for creative playmaker down the middle. And he can play as a winger, like right link forward, or second striker, which I would recommend you to play him there. And for the build, it will look like this. It's a very reliable card. He scored some screamers for me, provided some assists. And speaking of this Rodri, well, I packed him like a few months ago, not like a month ago, but still very reliable card. And the build will look like this. And he has the booster that is ball carrying as well, and additional skills, of course, to help him be even more prolific in defense. So these are my attacking players. I'm gonna go into the bench players as well, and I'm covering mobile players at the end as well with the clips. Why I was kind of reluctant to even look in the direction of Cáceres. He might be better, but this Cannavaro is working for me, so no point even bothering. And additional skills as well. No point bothering like benching him or relegating him to reserves if it works. For Cannavaro, now this is the card that you had got picked in that selection of 15 legends, and if you did, I would recommend you to give him another proficiency to play either left back or right back. I just gave him left back because my costacurta can play right back. He has the additional skills that actually are nice, like low lofted pass and weighted pass. Allow him to ping the ball and distribute that in a very fast fashion. And you can start, like, especially when you play like wide formations like 3-2-3-2 or 3-5-2 pretty much. So for the player progression, this is how it looks like. And the idea is over here just to get to 70 so that he can trap the ball in like tight possession ball control. And his booster is shut down. And this Lilian Thuram, look, there has been another Thuram released, slightly better. This is a fantastic card. This is how I'm like not losing games like by like 5-0 or something. Just because these two defenders are carrying me big time on console while I'm still learning the mechanics of the game. And the booster is physicality. It's a random one, but it worked for me. And of course, I gave him additional skills, which some of these I want to give to Cannavaro. I want to give him one touch pass and through pass instead of 2 random skills like I gave him acrobatic finishing. Mendes is just like a placeholder. I like him, but I would rather play like attacking fullback that has additional skills. And for that, I'm waiting for Serginho to arrive, and I'll show you my Serginho progression, which I'm going to be copying on my console team. For the penalties, by the way, they just prolonged the penalties, so you don't need to worry. You score your penalties up until 15th or 14th of August. You will still be able to collect the players if you haven't yet. So for sure, I'm getting this Serginho, and it's the last card in this pack. I know some people have been slacking, not scoring their penalties, or just started recently. Like, you got to speed it up, because last season, I remember, there was not as many featured cards, and getting the legend was easier. I remember it was 4 legends and 4 random cards, like featured cards. And I was lucky enough because I started my console account, and I got costacurta, the 4th legend out of 4 available legends, like literally the last week before the penalty game updated. Will they carry over the same penalty game in the Football 26? Maybe it's going to be free kicks. You never know. Maybe Konami has in store something added for us. But like, given Konami lack of creativity, it probably will be the same penalty game. And it's going to be different players though. So if you didn't claim your legends or didn't score your penalties, like speed it up or do something about that. For Oliver Kahn, people are complaining, like saying some blasphemous things about Oliver Kahn conceding, and like their player Ludwig Neuer is better. According to stats, is impossible, first and foremost. And according to like everything that these double booster goalkeepers represent, right? You needed to spend money to get double booster goalkeeper. Imagine the outreach if that was the case. If their like De Gea nominating contact was better than his Kahn. It's impossible. And so fix your builds, fix your defense. It's not an impenetrable goalkeeper. He will concede goals. But the goals, the chances that he saved, and especially with manual goalkeeping, I must say I'm in love. Like, this is, if we choose like top 3 players, and you can even see according to the overall rating, which I don't really care about that, but he's literally top 3 players in my team. Like Pele, high performer, Cannavaro, and Oliver Kahn. So all of these cards, I'm really happy that I have him. I have these cards. Very blessed. For Kiki, we know that this card is reliable. It's a featured card, not really a recent one. This would be the build, and of course additional skills. I gave him a little bit of passing. For Neymar, I talked about that in the penalty challenge. I'm going to be linking that in the pinned comment, I think, or maybe in the description. So I made a separate video on the penalty challenge cards. Gabriel Batistuta, a relatively new card as well in my team. Still cooks for me, and the clips that you send on my Discord server, I've seen these screamers. They're definitely getting into top 10 video. Absolutely correct card. And even in terms of dribbling, people complain that he can't carry the ball. He's, well, try different build then. Try a build with 87 dribbling and 81 balance for a change. It's definitely less heavier card than Fernando Torres that I got for 500 coins. The Chelsea version. Funky Chan, very nifty card. People were sleeping on this card, and those who signed, they're probably very happy campers, because this is a card that just adds, similar to Bale, right? So with Bale, you can cut inside and take a curler outside of the box. So additional dimension to your attacks is a unique playstyle of dummy runner. Hwang has been phenomenal for me. This Maradona, another card from penalty challenge. Needless to say, works for me. Still a fantastic card, cooks. This denilson, I still rate more than the one that was available at like double booster in the 15 players challenge, which nobody obviously signed him directly. Like, some people were kind of unlucky to get him. Why unlucky? Because he has the playstyle of cross specialist, and that denilson, he doesn't even have a special crossing skill. So if I have cross specialist, I would rather get like edge crosser, and that is Serginho. So Serginho would be clear of denilson in my opinion. And for the build, I'll give you that. It's on my mobile account. But for the player progression of this denilson, it's a whole player single booster card. You received him for free. This is an entire full free-to-play team. Crazy just to think about that. This Robert Pires, I just gave him final additional skill, and that is a super sub. Just because I noticed I don't really start him a lot, but when he just plays, he's always delivering, so I'm not complaining. For the player progression, it would look like this. And of course, the additional skills, that these are the skills. So special double touches there. Cut behind in turn is a needed skill to perform smooth fake shots, because on the edge of the box you always try to fake shot and do this cruyff turn, you know? It's very, very reliable. Now, I don't know how Jude Bellingham is relegated to my bench. I would usually start him just because I want a little bit of movement and a little bit of physical presence. He's pretty tall, so this card is very nice. I gave him additional proficiency, second striker and left midfielder, sorry, so that the playstyle of whole player is activated at these positions. Make a lot of sense. I used to have a center forward, but I didn't really feel like it was needed. I would rather play him as a second striker, whole player playstyle activated. The build is working for me, so this will look like this. Very solid card. I'm still not regretting getting that pack. Just Bellingham alone for 900 coins was worth it. And of course, Benja Cremasci, again, a very nifty player. I gave him some additional skills. Super sub is one of them, just because I'm not starting him intentionally. But in terms of, like, except for finishing, there's everything. And he also can help you defend. And he's pretty tall, so he's contesting for the headers, although I didn't give him any physical points. The booster is ball carrying, and of course his player progression is looking like this. So it's not like I played a lot with him, but like I don't want to relegate him to reserves. Emmanuel Petit, this is a very working card if I need a box-to-box enforcer in the middle of the park. He is there. He's very reliable. He even scored some screamers for me. And Jules Kounde, I don't really bench him because he's such a crazy performer for me. And I changed his build slightly. I don't really need 90 pace when I can't get acceleration to 80. And I may even change this build again to get acceleration higher. Acceleration is where your opponent is playing a through ball into the area, and you need to quickly get to that ball instead of like making a marathon run. So if you want your defenders to run as like long distances, speed is more important. But if you want them to quickly get to the area and intercept the ball, I would recommend you getting acceleration higher. But even there, it's a very, very reliable card. And this is the team. And I'm looking at this team, right? So this is an important point to make. I don't want to open any pack right now. So this is on Konami to make this game exciting and sell me these players. I don't need Suarez, Neymar, or Messi. I know they're all powered. I can see that a header from Messi over Lille and Thuram. And I know that fairy tales and like absolutely insane situations can happen with these cards. But like I don't want to forcibly like remove Takefusa Kubo from my team and place Messi there. Let alone, of course, it will cost me a lot of coins. And me, coins, buying coin deals, it's not about Alex Andy. You know this channel. We are not built like this. And 200 coins are not really yielding me any of these cards. Like, let's face it. Even with my luck and me being Konami agent, I'm not getting anyone. And this pack as well, like, I don't know what needs to happen in Konami's game. Like, what kind of tectonic shift in the current, like, stats or distribution of points needs to happen for this team to be majorly outdated. And I'm looking at my Kante and saying, bro, 99 Kante ain't it. Like, all other cards needs to be 130 rated at this point. And it looks like we're moving into that direction. So I'm not really a big fan of that. I would rather Konami to do a reset so that people are starting from scratch. And I'm really looking at the potential like newcomers to the game. And they see my team. And I was saving for a year. And like it means that they will need to spend another year probably to get to this level. But if not, they are doomed. They probably would be tempted to test and their luck in the packs and then either get shafted or buy coin deals. And that's obviously Konami is waiting for you to start spending on the game. Speaking of mobile, now for mobile, I have a slightly different team. Some people support the channel big time, and I'm really grateful for that. So they come to my live streams, send the super chat with the intention and saying, Alex, open this pack. And but this is not this team, right? So there's obviously some crazy legends that I have in my team, but this is a free-to-play team as well. And like there is a receipt of every single player pulled. I think 99% of them were pulled live on stream, except for no, everyone was pulled live on stream. You witnessed that, so we did it together. We saved these coins, we went for these packs. I was really lucky to absolutely wipe out the pack with Ribery, Gullit, and with Raul, who isn't even in this team. Oh no, he is on the bench. Just by spending like 2,700 coins, right? This is crazy. So 3 pulls, 3 900 coin pulls, and I got all 3 legends. And this Gullit, I must say, this is why people want Gullit, because of the dominance in the air. And if you go to divisions, you will see people who are playing on the high level, they have Gullit up front, and what they do is just hoof the ball to Gullit. Gullit wins a header, lays it off to a winger with 100 space. He just runs and gets into like scoring positions. And obviously, as much as like I don't play like that, it's nice to have this option. Or like goalkeeper punts the ball. You want to win these balls, right? I don't want to be bullied in the middle of the park by Van Dijk. So Gullit, it's not like he's winning these headers, and this is not even a physical build of Gullit. But he's at least contesting them and making it more difficult for the position. Also, he's crazy in terms of like turning. I gave him some additional skills. It's one of my favorite cards on my mobile account, still working, still reliable. And again, I don't know what Konami needs to do with the next eFootball 26, right? To make these cards obsolete. It's going to be very difficult. Wayne Rooney has been pretty impressive. This is a problem. I cannot give him a proper booster. But the moment I get there, I'll probably retrain him. The build will be the same as I shared on my Insta. You can check it out, or in my other videos. Yeah, the player progression will be close to this. The idea is that we get 90 finishing maybe with the different booster, or 89, but dribbling is pretty high, and he's a nifty card, man, but like he lacks the double touch, and getting double touch on my mobile account is really challenging. I gave him all additional skills, except for that coveted double touch, so the moment he receives that, I want to see how responsive that is. And from the videos that I've seen, it's pretty nice. It's decent, right? Any player that has this stats in dribbling should be performing pretty well. And obviously has 90 finishing with this build. And the balance as well is pretty nice. It's 84. It's not the worst card. He can turn. He can control the ball. So for me, it's a very nice card. And even this Stoichko, right? It's a single booster card. He scores screamers on demand. Absolutely cracked card. There's double booster Stoichko. He probably even... I mean, I played against him, considered like a crazy long shot as well. For this ribery, his booster is technique. It's a very nifty card, very nice dribbler. It's a similar if you have like Platini, if you have Baggio, if you have Hazard with momentum dribbling, or even Cruyff. This is the same thing, but like in different skin. They're able to produce the same magical moments. Now we are talking about the card that impressed me the most. And I knew that he is capable of scoring these screamers. And this is the build for dribbling mostly. And I was lucky enough to distribute some nice skills onto him. He has special double touch, has some defensive skills as well. Like the goals that he scored for me, I was really impressed. On the weak foot from such a long range, I mean, pretty neat. Absolute menace this Frank Lampard is. For tchouameni, he still works. Still fantastic card, much past tchouameni, you can use him. This would be my build. My purpose of playing him as a center back, I slightly changed his build, right? So you see that with the manager boost, it's going to be 93 in terms of like defensive awareness tackling. His speed is going to be 85, physicality 92, jumping 84, and he will be able still to pass the ball 80 pass, 80 lofted pass, and dribble to a little bit tight position 80. So as a center back, I'm really enjoying that card as well, but it's a slightly different build. This is a crazy card as well, 800 coins. But the thing is, like, I'm looking at this card, right? I gave him additional booster, which is good, defending. And I built him to play as a center back. Yeah, you can try a different build for defensive midfielder, but I feel like he's lacking a little bit of passing, and you need to redistribute the points completely differently to play him as a defensive midfielder and dribbling. So with this build, I really rate him. But if you look at the stats, this is what Kame is just like creating these cards, right? I was just bantering. I was like, let's try and get Palmer, and we got Marquinhos on 200 coins. I look at the stats. It's a fantastic card on the face value, pretty pacey, good defending, good physicality, good jumping. But I look at this single booster card of Baresi, and I feel like we are like about in the same territory, right? So Baresi, I gave him additional proficiency to play right back. He has even better defensive stats. He has the same pace, and he has slightly worse physical contact, but the jump is about the same. So, single booster card that was obtained for free, and additional skills, of course, for passing too. Compared to double booster, that is a premium one. I don't know what's happening. There's some interesting things happening. You can obviously find gems. This pique, I wanted to get a nostalgia card. 900 coins, we got him together live on stream, and Hard Worker is the booster, and his build, it's a very nice card. What I like about my defenders, they are bowlers. They can play from the back. You don't need to hoof the ball. So this pique has been phenomenal for me as well. Pretty pacey too. Good jump and physical contact. And he has the aerial forward skill, so he better be winning these headers, man, because that would be annoying. And of course, I gave him some additional passing skills and necessary skills for defense. This, finally, the penalty challenge. Serginho, I already gave you the build. I didn't really change it from the previous video. Julian would be the booster, and of course, this is a very nice card just because it gives me additional like option in attack. I rarely play with second fullbacks unless I want to chase, but in this team, I feel like this is just nice, you know. And I feel like having this option to combine with ribery or anyone who is playing on this wing, and it's just nice to have him, Serginho here. Obviously, if I want to play a little bit more defensive, I'll probably go like this, right? So my Kounde build is the same. For another card that we got in 100 coins. Now, this is crazy, bro. People, like, this is not the problem with the game. One more time. The problem with the game is that they are not giving us interesting events. They're introducing some weird mechanics like super smart assist in, like, competitive games, and just making this game a little bit less interesting to play. I barely play Divisions. I'm not even interested in that. So, yes, there's a lot of things that kind of needs to address next season. Let's see if they're doing that. This will be the build. Absolutely phenomenal card. This Zanetti is impeccable, even though he's attacking fullback. He is tracking back, returning, and helping me defend big time. For the cards that are on my bench, there is Owen, free selection, of course. The booster that he received was ball carrying. Still a fantastic performance for me. It's just a super sub, so I'm using him in the second half mostly. If I have trouble like unlocking the opponent's defense, and I don't need tall players who are winning headers all the time. If I really need a taller player, I'm playing my Marco and Basten. I don't know the reason why he's benched, probably because Gullit is I like Gullit a little bit more technical on the ball. And for Van Basten, I would then give him this player progression. Very nice card still works, no problem at all. It just, I don't know why he's benched. Neymar and Mbappe, same thing. This Del Piero, it obviously on the null cards. I don't need to cover why he's so phenomenal. If this is just one of those cards that with Blitzcaller, it would be a double booster according to stats and what he can do. 92, there is the finishing almost 90, his curl is 90, and his speed is there, and his balance is 99. And yeah, also all the additional skills, he has that special double touch. I had super sub on him, but just because he was such a good performer, I sometimes even start with him. So, the other cards, of course, costacurta, I've shown you that. My Raul is a nice card, of course. He's just lacking something. I can't really put my finger on what is wrong with this card. He sometimes scores bangers, but like, I already have a lot of whole players in my team, I think, in this. So playing all of them at once, I feel like sometimes they just like running behind defenders, like hiding there, and like it's difficult to find a pass, string a few passes with them. That's why he's on my bench. Petit is the same reliable card. We have Orchestrator Modric if I need a little bit more options for passing in the middle. We have this Baresi with the boost, with the single booster, of course, and with the added skills, like he has all the passing skills. The Johan Cruyff card, obviously a premium card. Thanks to your donos, we managed to pull this Johan Cruyff. I was going for Pele or Puskás, but unfortunately only this card. And physicality on him is a random booster, but with the build, I think it also makes sense because I get to nice numbers in physicality. And this Cruyff, look, it's a Cruyff card. Like, look, he's dominant. He's dominant in the air as well. So for the stats, that's how it will look like. Crazy in dribbling, good in finishing and passing. Curl is there for the passes to like bend across defenders if you need to. Crazy fast. There is the balance. Everything is here. And even attacking awareness is in 90. And obviously additional skills. I gave him that double touch that he was missing. And first time shot was also necessary. And now he has special double touch with the soul control and flip flop that was installed by default. So this is my team. And I'm just enjoying the game right now to the best of my abilities. The problem is this game is just that smart. The introduction of smart assist, the connection sometimes is really fraudulent, and obviously the competition that is looming. I can do these videos like every 1 or 2 months, like updating, like months later after my cards are they nerfed, are they performing well, and I'm showing you the clips as well, like which are not necessarily glazing the players all the time, but also like sometimes maybe not players not scoring the goals or like hitting the posts and so on and so forth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.